What's going on, everyone? My name's Boit, and I am back with some more Age of Mythology, the Titans action, spawning in the blue color, playing as Ra. His name is SuperAfim. His opponent today in the red color, playing as Oranos. His name is Miracle. Miracle the Great, Miracle the Wise, Miracle the down 0-1 in this best of 5 series. He's going to have to figure this one out. He is up against an Egyptian menace in SuperAfim here. He has been, that first game was a clinic there in just no cares given. He throws all caution to the wind as he just walked straight into that Oranos base here. But now he's switching things up, going through Ra in this game, not feeling like the ice is going to be too useful on Watering Hole. We'll have to wait and see how it's all going to shape up here, as Miracle, he's going to have to figure something out here. Ra, difficult god for Oranos to beat. Easy god for Oranos to beat. Two different camps of opinions here. I am camp Oranos is overpowered. And I know that there are camp Ra are overpowered. Ra is overpowered out there as well. So that just means that it's a really, really balanced matchup, and we're going to have a really fun game of it here and see how things all end up at the end of this game. There will be one victor and one loser, and whoever wins, whichever god wins, is clearly the most overpowered one, because that's how it works. One game, one win, one loss. A victory is everything. A loss is nothing, and that's how we work as a community, and it's hilarious, but that's just how things go. Anyways, Ra versus Oranos now. We'll see if SuperAfim's going to go for anything interesting here with Ra. I say anything interesting in the sense that a lot of Ra players just go with the tried and true Tar, but in this matchup, Bast is an incredibly useful tool for Ra players to be aware of. I'll give you a couple of different strategies. There are at least 3 different strategies that are incredibly potent with Bast, with Ra. Strategy number 1 is your tried and true Sphinx rating. Get yourself super early upgrades, Cryo Sphinx, Hierarcho Sphinx, and those Sphinx start flying around the map. That's one strategy, and you can go for classical fight behind that. You can go for Sphinx Heroic Age. You can go for Sphinx Mythic Age. You could also go for a fast Heroic Age off of one town center, going for a Mass Batsukos strategy, trying to hit like an Eclipse with potentially like a shifting, or not an Eclipse, like a rock drop Batsukos kind of Mass Batsukos idea, not even just a rock drop on the economy, but just a rock drop with all your stuff to land your units in a good position so that they can just hold ground and win a fight. Then a Eclipse and all the good stuff that happens there. And then finally, or actually there's 2 other strategies at the very end of the Bast shenanigans. One is a fast Mythic through Horus, making Avengers and raiding with those. Obviously Tornado, Locust, those kind of things, really, really strong. So you can go for that. Or alternatively, you can go through Osiris with the fast Mythic through Osiris. And there's actually a really wild strategy, which is a 2-town center Bast fast Titan strategy. Why is this strategy crazy? Why would a Bast fast Titan be so much better than a Ptah fast Titan in this matchup? Well, in any matchup, actually. Answer is, the Titan is a myth unit. And a myth unit, and now we're saying Tar, so it's all out of the window anyways, but a Titan is a myth unit. And Eclipse not only boosts the speed of a myth unit, but it also boosts the damage by a significant amount. Which means if your opponent builds a Titan to counter your Titan, you just click Eclipse, their Titan dies, yours survives with about 3,000 HP or something crazy like that at the end of the fight. And your opponent can't retreat away from your Titan as it's just not possible. The Titan is too strong. The Titan is too fast. Your Titan is too weak. We are seeing a town center now coming up for Miracle on the back side of this, which makes a lot of sense in this matchup. Fast second town centers are really, really good against Ra. There is a weakness to this, which is shifting sands. And if your opponent can spot this town center going up, they can shifting sands in, pick off both of these villages, and have a really, really good game. But we're just going to be seeing a standard fast second town center here from SuperAfim. One thing that I don't think is a bad idea here either for Oranos in this matchup, if they see the fast second town center coming down from the Ra player, is for them to actually go for a fast third town center behind all of this, because there's not really any need to build any units. So you can actually even go for a fast 3 town center into the heroic age. And while you're going to be a little bit behind, say an 8:30, 9-minute heroic age, maybe of a Ra player, you might be able to hit like a 9-minute, 9:30 heroic age and go straight in to Destroyer Arcus or something like that there as well, which is also very, very good. As we do see, Guy's Book of Knowledge has popped up here for SuperAfim to grab if he so chooses, the extra infantry damage against the Titan. And we also see the 3 Relic Monkeys over here for Miracle if he so chooses to grab that one there. As we are seeing a handful of what looks to be Terma coming out here, as Miracle has not opted to throw down a military academy just yet, which I'm kind of liking. If he's trying to get some sort of semi-fast heroic here just with a handful of Terma, I like that play. Though, potentially, the Terma, you don't really need them, and they can't really do a whole lot, as one villager over here is going to be causing some problems. As I guess, Miracle feels like he can get some raids in. If he can get up here fast enough, he will be able to get through and get some damage done. But look at what SuperAfim is doing here. This is something that I love from Ra players. And it's basically, if you don't need to farm, don't farm. Save the rain. It's super strong. The later you can rain in a game and also get all of your tech out and everything else, the better it is for you. Because if you can get a rain out with the irrigation, that's a significant boost to the actual gathered economy there. In fact, if I put the effort into getting the sheet up, there is a resource gather rate kind of table, which I kind of think is very, very useful. As the Terma does come through here, we'll be able to take out that Wadget over here potentially. As the table is just coming through here, we check out what farms are during rain. With irrigation, I can't tell you. It's not there. There is nothing. We don't know. We don't have the information, but irrigation is really good nonetheless. I'm sure it's a big boost. And we do see Miracle, he is going for that fast third town center here. Now the big question is, and we are seeing military barracks, counter barracks here, is, well, now it's not a big question, but what could have happened here from Miracle's perspective is definitely he could have gone for some sort of fast heroic here. The other option is you can put the dock down and get a transport ship and start loading in to this position here and holding on this gold mine over here, potentially also you probably don't even need to put a dock down. You could probably just get a villager over here and drop a sky passage or something over here as an option to attack this gold mine over here, plus have a sky passage over here as well to be defending this position as well, which could work. But third town center coming up, Sekhmet coming through for SuperAfim. No surprises there. This is a very, very standard play now for Ra players in this matchup. The Rock is fairly useless in this matchup at only 4.0 speed against those Hero Terma, which have got 5.83 speed. Yeah, 5.83 speed, so they're going to be able to take out a Rock very, very easily. Now, I will make one more point, because I did see Kamos making an interesting point in the chat. It's nice to get rain before your opponent is farming. Absolutely true. However, you can almost guarantee that an Oranos player will not be farming, or shouldn't be farming. They should be on their hunt for a much, much longer time than you will be. Definitely, if your aim is to get an early irrigation and then rain, you'll be able to rain before their farms come down most of the time. Maybe they'll have a couple of farms if they're being silly about it, but most of the time they're just going to be hunting. But now we see the military barracks coming up here for Miracle. He's going to have a huge economy pumping out here. 3 town centers up for Miracle. He's going to be hitting 25 villages within the next minute here, it would seem. I believe it'll be in the next minute, as long as he doesn't get housed, as he is currently housed with 99%, and almost 99% over here. But he does get the units up, and we'll see what the plan is now. Kind of 2 options here. We talked about the Sky Passage attack over here. We talked about the dock attack as well. We are actually seeing that Miracle is going to be going for that dock attack. But the other option is to just grab this town center here and just kind of try and hold on to it. You put up a bunch of palaces, make destroyers, make fanatics, make Arcus. Enjoy the game. You don't need to take the town center straight away. You just need to make sure your opponent doesn't get it. And there's that rain coming down here for SuperAfim. Unfortunately, he doesn't have plow and he's clicked rain, which is a really big mistake, as opposed to not having plow and not having irrigation and then clicking rain. Plow is a plus 22% bonus gather rate for Egyptian villages. It's way more than for any other civilization, and that's because Egyptian players can build farms in the Archaic Age, and the devs just thought it would be good to kind of take away that advantage or whatever. But we'll see how things are going to go here, as SuperAfim has got a lot of resources in the bank now. Does he have a market down somewhere? He does have the market coming up, and it looks like he's going for some sort of a 2-town center timing attack here, which I do like quite a lot against this 3-town center shenanigans. But I think Miracle, technically speaking here, he should have enough time. And if you can see this coming, one big mistake that I think Miracle has made is he hasn't been putting his buildings around his town centers. So every one of his town centers is a target right now, especially once you see segment come through. You can just place your buildings like around this town center here, get yourself fortified town centers, masons, or even just masons might be able to keep the town center alive. But we do see the docks are up. Do we see any attempt at a transport ship? Answer is we do. But where is it going? It's got nothing in it. It's just scouting around here. Where are the units going, as they're going to be moving over here and trying to jump through that transport ship? Meanwhile, wars coming up over here. Barracks coming down onto this position. Siege works as well. I do not understand the double docks here, but what could happen, which could be very nice, is even just a couple of bereams coming out to kind of control this water, to hold this position on those resources over there. As we do see a big shockwave coming in to try and get a little bit of damage done, as we still haven't gotten Miracle advancing just yet, as the shifting sands comes into the middle of the base, right through that citadel center. Lots of units getting taken out with that shifting sands, but that's really good for Miracle in a big way, because now he doesn't have that to worry about that threat. But Miracle will be wanting to advance here very soon. He doesn't have the armory up, maybe? It doesn't look like his armory is up. He's putting a lot of focus in now. The armory is up, so he's going up through phase, putting a lot of focus onto this army, trying to take out that scarab over there. It's got just a little bit of resource, a little bit of HP left. And again, Bareem's here would not go astray. Controlling this position to open this up, to allow him to come through here, wouldn't be a bad idea. Also, this gold mine over here, letting that be mined here is not part of the Oranos game plan here. But we'll see if Miracle's going to be able to make this work here, as his Terma retreats back. Plenty of resources in the bank here for Miracle as well. We'll see what he's going to be able to do here as the heroic age is coming through. I am surprised here to see Osiris coming through. Oh, sorry, not Osiris. Horus coming through for SuperAfim, because Osiris in this matchup is such a difficult thing to deal with. One, the mummies are really good. You can take out destroyers, you can take out fanatics, high value units for one hitting them, plus also myth units as well. But more importantly, the Son of Osiris is next to unkillable at these stages of the game. And it's just so good, as we do see the transport ship coming through onto this position, going to be going after these villages. They don't have Skin of the Rhino here, so there's going to be a couple of villages getting taken down as he's moving over here. But as this is going on, SuperAfim is going to be taking this opportunity to simply just walk across the map and grab this town center over here. Would have loved to have seen... we would have loved to have seen Miracle here have a citizen to drop Sky Passage here, as we do see the tornado getting dropped down. Miracle, without the mass buildings around his town center, he's got 2 here, plus the manor. Look at the town center. It's still going to be falling there in that situation. So big power spike or power shift in this game, as the unit's going to be pushing through here. Miracle's at 140 and 130 population. He's not going to be able to get that town center back. Fortified town centers is on the way here, as this town center over here will be getting thrown up as well. As the unit's going to be coming through. Helios on the way from Miracle is a wild decision, as the unit's still getting chased away on that position there as well. We do see that the Hesperus tree is coming through. I don't like Helios in the slightest here. There are 100% going to be Avengers you have to deal with. And having Lampedes here is going to be vitally important, as we do see the army of SuperAfim coming into kind of surround Miracle's raiding force here that's trying to take out these villages, as SuperAfim still does not have himself Skin of the Rhino, such a huge technology in this game, but he doesn't have it just yet, as the unit's going to be retreating back. Miracle going to be really, really struggling to get himself this town center back in this game, as this timing comes through for SuperAfim, and Miracle is being caught with his pants around his ankles here in this game, completely caught out of position. He's got these double transport ships. That's 4 population being wasted over here, and he desperately needs population in this game. He's also down a mana here after all is said and done, as it looks like SuperAfim is going to be pulling back. Wouldn't be surprised to see him just move over here and try and grab this town center as well. But we do have a palace up here for Miracle. Another mana coming up over here, another palace. So maybe going to be thinking about going through for some fanatics here, as he's now hitting that Mythic age. He's also going to be able to get out some of those Helios Hecagigantes out of his back temple here, if he so chooses. They are very, very expensive, though. I think it's like 300 gold he does manage to start queuing those up, nonetheless, as well as destroyers. He doesn't have any population at the moment. He also gets this Man of War, which is not very helpful. This is a very, very weak myth unit. While it does chain lightning and 25 damage per shot, it's just not that. It's very, very not good. There's the town center coming up for SuperAfim. Oh, and we see a vortex has come down onto this top town center over here. The Dryads will be getting taken out on this position here as well. We will be seeing SuperAfim losing one town center there, as the units coming through. The army going to be making its way back, but I imagine there will be a vortex to come back onto this main location over here, clean up these villages, and potentially that is town center back here as well. We are seeing the Avenger moving around, causing some problems here, as well as another villager getting taken down. Mercenary Cavalry does end up falling as the unit's pushing through. The army coming back here for SuperAfim. Miracle has to use Vortex again to retreat away. He does not need to fight this at all. He's done the damage on the back. The plan here should be to Vortex over onto this position, kill this town center off, and get his own town center back over here as well. Does he have any line of sight over here is the big question. Answer is no, not just yet. Though Hecagigantes are still getting trained out. As the town center does get cleaned up, citizens will be able to put this one up. Vortex coming down now onto this town center over here. As the army does get idled here, the town center will getting shot back up for SuperAfim. As that goes on, I imagine Miracle will be able to get his own town center up, as the unit's going to be able to take down this Ford town center very, very fast with the help of the Hecagigantes. So leaving this position with the Contarius out to maybe hit a raid here. See if he's going to be able to make that work. There is a gap over here in the forests. So SuperAfim's gold villages there are not going to be able to be kept alive for too much longer, as SuperAfim's Avenger are going to be retreating back there, and the town center will indeed be getting taken out. Miracle needs to sort his economy out here at this point. He's got himself decent upgrades, nearly every single upgrade up, just needs to get himself the flood control, but he needs to get more gold in, and he needs to put some buildings down on this town center now after all is said and done. There is one more opportunity here for Miracle to get an advantage in this game. Now, he has his 3 town centers up just about. There they go. But one more advantage is in that final vortex. The question is, what do you try and do with it? There's 2 options. One is you try and snipe the back town center and have some sort of a sneaky retreat path with, well, you don't even need the retreat path, honestly. I think that this play is silly. But you want to be taking down the back town center and be able to get back onto this town center to take it down again to be able to get forward to 2 town center advantage. As we are seeing some raids over here, beautiful spearman raids from SuperAfim. It's all is going very well for him in that regard. Really, really hurting Miracle's economy here. He does have this beautiful gold mine over here, so Miracle should be sorting that out. Meanwhile, the Avengers going for these raids as well. The back town center will be falling. Meanwhile, this town center will indeed go up, and SuperAfim, he's got a bunch of idle units over here. That's a really smart move there from SuperAfim, as more villagers are going to come in onto this position, as well as the town center does end up getting taken out. Miracle going to be retreating back there as well, as the citizen are going to be pulling away from that location there as well. And we'll see how things are going to go, as it looks like the Ford town center will be going back up. This town center is basically, there's no real way for Miracle to kind of control this town center on the back. That's the big problem here. He doesn't have a citizen over here. He could transport a citizen up onto this position and start making palaces and put pressure over here as an idea, but he hasn't started that here. And SuperAfim is able to survive against this this vortexing shenanigans. He's got himself 150 population here, so he's not even that far behind on population, on maximum population, even without getting this town center back up. And Miracle's going to have to work this one out somehow, as we do have fortified town centers and masons up as well, as the units are going to be swinging around here to take out this town center. We'll see if SuperAfim's units are going to be able to get back in time. At this point, we don't see all too many Hecagigantes left, which means these destroyers, they do take a while to take down a town center, even though they get like 400% bonus, against buildings, and that's a decent amount of damage onto the town center. It still takes a while for them to go down, and Miracle still hasn't put any effort into putting out forward buildings here to make life difficult for the Ra player. And he just doesn't have the economy for it, because the raids of SuperAfim have actually been so absurdly good in this game thus far, and Miracle also hasn't put down any sort of a trade route. Now, he does have the market set up to be built in that corner, perfectly placed market, but not built just yet. Now we see Miracle is going to be starting to put up some towers over here. I like this play. If you can get into this position here and put some fire siphons, it's going to be really, really good. But now we see Miracle, he's going to be making a move over here. He could utilize that those transport ships yet again, though it does seem like the transport ships have been taken out. He's only doing a little bit of a ring around the rosy. SuperAfim, still at 20 minutes into this game, has not gotten himself skin to the rhino. So these trades here are actually not that bad here for Miracle, taking down all these villages, while he will be losing his army quite badly. Picking off those villages is going to be a big, big help for him. Meanwhile, on this position over here, we do see the units coming through to get another attack, as we see the catapult coming through to try and take this one down. But it does look like the heavy Murmillo with champion infantry coming through, mind you. So these are going to be even stronger. Murmillo here should be able to clean up this catapult here, even after the Murmillo dies. We will be seeing destroyers come through to clean that up. One tower up on this position. We'll see if Miracle's ever going to be able to drop a palace on this position, which is vitally important. Start attacking that location there, as one citizen does come through here, and if Miracle can place, does he have something up at the top? No. If Miracle can place like a sky passage here, this is going to be absolutely huge. If he doesn't quite have the resources for it here, he's fighting a little bit too much of a losing battle in the middle of this map. As we see some fire siphon coming through. Miracle building some more stuff over here, but yeah, he kind of just needs to pull back a little bit. He can utilize this forest here to actually take out the catapult with the fire siphon, which means his town center is actually in a decent position. We'll see if he can work that one out or not. But the citizen here is still not able to get up the beautiful, beautiful sky passage. It is relatively expensive, mind you. How much is it? Yeah, 200, 150, so 350 resource. So basically the cost of a town center to get up a sky passage network. That's the Migdol Stronghold coming up there for SuperAfim. The market in the corner there for Miracle coming through. Big shockwave onto that position. But the priests are all out, dealing with those Hecagigantes nicely there. Normally, you don't see priests being very good. Priests, Ra priests in particular, without access to funeral rites, generally speaking, they're not very good in the slightest. But in this position against Hecagigantes are some of the weakest myth units in the game in terms of HP. They are the strongest in terms of DPS, at least except for like the Hydra, I guess. But the priests do a good amount of damage there. Meanwhile, the catapult is still getting good damage done onto this position over here as the Migdol Stronghold trying to get taken down. We will be seeing more units coming through here, but Champion Slinger's coming through for SuperAfim. He's in a really good position here. As he got himself his armory upgrades, he's got himself basically fully upgraded units, controlling this position nicely. He's getting these walls set up to secure that position there. See some towers coming up on this position here for Miracle. I don't like that. Sky Passage to attack this position is everything, but he's just not going for it. Meanwhile, the catapult has been taken down, so that buys Miracle just a little bit more time in this game. As SuperAfim is pushing in on the top side of the map there. The town center is still alive with 1,000 HP. Do we see any more catapult coming out here for SuperAfim? Yes, we do. There's the catapult coming through. Do we see any Horus upgrades is a big question. No Horus upgrades out of that, and none for the Spearman. No Axeman or Spearman Horus upgrades. So they're just kind of sitting there being normal, as SuperAfim has got only 30 favor in the bank. So he's very low on the favor. I think he's only got one monument at this point as well, as the villagers see that watchtower and they're just going to walk over there and take that down. Watchtower is just not that useful, by themselves. If you have a whole bunch of them, obviously they're really strong, but SuperAfim just able to continue holding on. He's actually given a slight opening here for Miracle, especially if Miracle can get in on this position like we were saying. Just some walls over here, some upgraded walls, some more towers, and a fire siphon. And SuperAfim could potentially lose this town center moving forward. See the strangest champion destroyer coming in onto that position you'll ever see. And Miracle in that position does decide to tap out. He has fallen behind, and eventually, little by little, this town center will fall, and Miracle is deciding he cannot continue in this game any longer. I mean, he definitely could continue here, but finding a win is very tough. I do think he's got all of the opportunities here in this game to get a win, especially having that transport ship here and maybe starting a Sky Passage network onto this town center could have been good. Even just like we were saying earlier, one transport ship, Sky Passage, plus a Sky Passage at the top side of the map means that Miracle could hit this gold mine and easily get a gold staff here, especially off that 3 town center play. Just stay in the classical age, spam units, and SuperAfim would have been in for a very difficult time here to get a gold mine. But SuperAfim gets away with it here in this game. Miracle gets the dub. If you guys enjoyed this game, please consider hitting the follow on the Twitch. If you're on the YouTube, hit that subscribe button. And I'll see you guys in the next game.